I don't think Brock Purdy's scared of Kirk Cousins. But there's another veteran quarterback coming off a torn Achilles who will be available. Should the 49ers want Aaron Rodgers? Here's the thing. I don't think anyone wants to be Aaron Rodgers' teammate in 2025 for obvious reasons. And he's going to be 42 next season.
And Robert Saleh, the guy he just got fired as our defensive coordinator.
That would be awkward.
That's
really awkward. Still, at 41 years old, on a trash team, he threw for 4,000 yards, almost.
Trash.
And 28 touchdown passes, as opposed to Brock, who threw 20. Aaron Rodgers has never thrown that few in a season in which he played more than 9 games. Ever. So, James Jones, former teammate, he's biased, he's partial, says the Niners, the Vikings, and the Steelers
I hope he goes to the Vikings.
Aaron Rodgers. And he might be able to bring Davante Adams with him. And a freaking circus, assuming he agrees not to ever go on the Pat McAfee show again and to stop spouting conspiracy theories about 9/11, would you
and the vaccine
the Niners go after Aaron Rodgers?
No. I think he's a downgrade from Brock Purdy. Okay, I hate when people say the Jets sucked. They had Garrett Wilson, Davante Adams, Breece Hall, and overhauled their offensive line for him. How is that?
They fired their coach, though, and he only won 1 fewer game than Brock.
Would you take Garrett Wilson or Brandon Ayuk?
Probably, before the injury and before the contract, Ayuk.
Really?
Although they're kind of similar.
Okay, Deebo Samuel or Davante Adams?
Damn. I plead the fifth.
And then Breece Hall or Patrick Mason, I think, was the last running back we had playing.
Patrick Mason? What are you talking about?
Patrick Taylor, sorry. Patrick Taylor.
Okay, you bring up solid points.
So
here's the thing, though. If the Niners don't get him, and I don't assume they will, although they could use him as like a negotiating chip. Hey, bro,
sure, I would
don't
use
ask
that.
for too much. But let's say, to me, the kind of team that would get Aaron Rodgers and pull the trigger and get him.
Steelers.
That's not the team I was going to say. If he goes to Pittsburgh, the Niners are cool. They don't have to worry about that. I was thinking a team in the division.
Oh, the Rams?
Yes. We're starting to hear all this.
Yeah,
what
are these rumors
about Stafford,
yeah.
Right? I don't know what it's about. It seems like he wants a new deal. I don't think the Rams want to give it to him.
I don't think he's good enough to deserve it, but yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and go play for the Giants with your brother-in-law.
You know what you were just saying about the Rams being better than the Niners? They take Aaron Rodgers, they are instantly worse than the Niners. So please,
okay. So let's do the thought experiment. Stafford gone, Kupp gone, Rodgers in, Devontae in. You got Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Aaron Rodgers. That doesn't scare you.
No, think about it this way. You got like a top 3 defense in the NFL, right? You got a young stud receiver, young stud running back. You add Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams to that. What do you think happens? what do you think? Thought experiment. Do you think it's crazy, right?
I want to see it because Aaron Rodgers is so subversive, and no matter what he says, he always ends up like giving the head coach a look. And I don't think Sean McVay plays that shit.
Sure, but like I just don't see Aaron Rodgers. I don't think they would work. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is good anymore. Like I don't think he's good enough to be like, yeah, I'm walking in here. This is mine.
I got to make the points just to make sure that you have thought about everything. He was literally coming off a torn Achilles. Is there a world where it's like, hey man, like maybe he'll be better in 2025 than he was in 2024, even though he's a year older, he's almost 42.
Yeah, if he was 30, yes. But the issue is, he's 4. Like, that was my issue when he got hurt, right? Like, if he never got hurt, I think, yes, Jets and Aaron Rodgers would look completely different. They would be actual contenders. But I think, like, it's like, look at Kirk, too. Same thing. It's like Achilles injury. It's just, it messes with you.
So you're saying that the 49ers locker room, their culture, which has had a lot of strife and drama, it wouldn't benefit from the addition of Aaron Rodgers. That's what you're saying. Wow.
Wow. Man. I think Jed York would sell the team after a year with Aaron Rodgers, man.
Can I just say that I would enjoy covering that team?
Oh, I would love to do shows on that team.
Aaron Rodgers for a year. And here's the thing. They could sign Rodgers and keep Brock Purdy. He's under contract. There's no.
Could you imagine Kyle trying to force Aaron Rodgers to be Purdy's backup? How funny that would be in the offseason.
Purdy's the backup.
No,
and you sell it as like, look, Brock, we love you, man, but Hall of Famer.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to learn from him. You guys are going to be buddies.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, imagine for a second, Aaron Rodgers starts, yapping at Kyle, and Kyle goes, all right, fine. Purdy's QB1 now. Like, their egos colliding. Could you imagine?
Or the other way around, where like they give it to Rodgers, they bring him in for $45 million. Purdy's the backup. Rodgers gives him one freaking look, and Kyle's like, "What'd you say? You're benched. You're benched. What'd you say to me? Oh, it's my. You didn't know it's my team. You didn't know that."
As a Niner fan, I would hate it, but as someone that loves, creating football content, my God, that would be a
I think it'd be dope. Sign Rodgers and then let Saleh be the one who benches him. Hey, Robert,
my God.
Hey, Aaron, we need to talk.
Remember me? In all seriousness, I want Zach Wilson. I want Zach Wilson on the Niners so bad. Please give me Zach.
I want Justin Fields.
Kyle would injure him in
I know, right? I want a quarterback who's a legit, like, one of the best athletes on the field. That's why I keep going back to Jalen Milroe. If you took him at the end of round 3, even if he's not a quarterback, even if he physically can't throw a football, he could be a running back. Like he might be the best athlete. He might be the best athlete in the draft.
Dude, if he agreed to be Julian Edelman and transfer to receiver, yes. Oh,
he would be such an interesting player to take your time with. He's the best athlete in your team. He could be quarterback.
Kyle would go crazy if he agreed. I think I'm sure they'll interview him, and I'm sure Kyle will ask, "Are you willing to be an athlete for the team, not a quarterback?" And if he says yes, 1 million. I think his draft stock would.
Hell yeah.
Bro, I think his draft stock would skyrocket if he says
he's going to run a 4.3 225.
Oh, dude,
he's incredible.
Yeah. If he agreed to not be like, "Oh yeah, I will not be a quarterback," I think his draft stock would explode. Like, I think genuinely, if he was just
like, "I'm open to playing other positions," like Taysom Hill. You know what I mean? He could be like a guy that's your backup quarterback, but you can have a package of plays for him as something else.
Joe Milton, I think, should do the same thing. Dude,
thank you.
I feel like
every team should have a Joe Milton on their roster. Some guy who you're developing, who has the potential to have a crazy skill set. Not someone who would throw in there to necessarily win 2 games back to back if someone gets hurt, but like a guy that you're a project. Because if it works, all of a sudden you're the best team in the league. Why would you not want to at least try? It's like investing in Bitcoin. Like, why would you have
like they had Drake May, but dude, could you imagine? He's like, what, 6'5", 225, 230. He's fast, has a massive arm. Dude, the amount of things you could do with a player like that is crazy.